Hello and welcome back to Sunrider Liberation Day, and we are now into the version 2.02, if memory serves, beta. So there has been some additional content added, which I deliberately haven't watched, following the advice of my commenters. I basically replayed the game up until the point at which Murray's ghost turns up. And I know for a fact that about, one frame after this, that's when new stuff really kicks in. The estimated length of this content is about 20 to 30 minutes, according to the same commenter, so we'll see. And hang on, I just want to go into the options menu and just double check something. Yeah, it keeps doing this. Ever since the new version, it keeps turning story voice back on for some reason every time I quit the game and reload it. It's weird. Anywho. So, as I say, for reference, this is just after the Murray's ghost bit. Sir, new contacts coming in hot. What? It's... Multiple enemies detected, providing assistance. Blackjack coming in! It's the Seraphim and the Blackjack! We heard what happened on the Hollow, came back as soon as we could. We'll lead the Alliance bogies away, protect the lifeboats. Paladin, reload your munitions with my spare rifle, we've got some ass kicking to do. Ammo restored! Hiya! Ah! Seriously? I knew all along you guys would come back and save us. I wasn't worried at all. Besides, would have sucked if everything just ended like that. That had never happened to us. Nice. Yeah, jokes at your own expense. I'll take that. Now, let's get some payback. The Pack Fleet's starting to organise a counter-offensive against the Alliance, and it looks like we're right in the middle of the crossfire. Even with 2 more riders, we can't take everyone on ourselves. Oh, for crying up... I'm sure the captain's figured something out. We just gotta hold out a little bit longer. If it's him, he can definitely... Oh, come on, Captain, do something! As if on cue, Ikari's comm crackled to life. Her final act. Save everyone! It's the Sunrider! Captain? Oh, he's gonna... Captain! Alpha sat on an elegant curved wooden chaise, and before her was a round table with an enormous assortment of tea sets. Everything floated in white space, neither upright, sideways, nor downwards. This was the dimensional space between space, where time flowed infinitely, forwards and backwards, and all was simultaneously everywhere and nowhere. News of the Liberation Day massacre had reached her. My sister has failed. Instead of unifying humanity, her actions instead sparked a war which will threaten the very existence of the human race. I have been betrayed by my own sister. Alpha's long-awaited guest arrived. Don't feel bad. I'd hardly say you were the only ones who got betrayed. Alpha's thoughts broke and she returned to real space. Wanderer. The air distorted as the time-space continuum parted in front of Alpha. Sparks flew and the wind ruffled Alpha's hair as a figure emerged from the micro-wormhole. And at least you didn't have to be vaporized like poor Claude. Do you know what explosive decompression does to my skin? To think this woman possesses so much power. No, she has long ceased to be human, has become a different entity altogether. She could recreate the entire universe right now before me, and yet she chooses to gallivant across the galaxy, pursuing nothing but frivolities. I did what you wanted. First I led the Sunrider to the sleeper in the abyss. It was a piece of cake. All I had to do was just play the damsel in distress role and he was all over me in a flash. Aw, you should have seen what that brute did to me in the sickbay afterwards. You have to compensate me now that I've rescued you, he spoke in a firm voice. Oh, anything but Claude's chastity. The poor maiden squealed as the captain tore her clothes off and ravished her. Her pleas were futile as the captain thrust his will right into the girl's untouched glory hole. So the whole perverted thing wasn't an act. Okay, fair enough. And for the record, I bloody called this! Right, back on the, pretty much the last part of the Mask of Arcadius Let's Play, somebody asked me who I thought the traitor was, and my money was on Claude! Ha! Called it! Claude's worldview changed a little after that day. After I led them to the abyss, I took care to make sure our little doll could get on with the captain. It was a real challenge, you know. Claude had to work hard. Claude had to work for weekends. And despite the captain's obvious infatuation with me, he was hitched up with Sagara in no time. After some fake medical reports and assorted other arrangements. Oh, but there was another wrinkle in that plan. Somehow the Queen of Ryuvia could sense Sagara's hyper brainwaves. Yeah, it must have been maddening for the girl, being the only one to know the entire time that Sagara was a prototype. Trying to desperately tell everyone what was happening, only to be ignored and dismissed at every turn. Is it just me, or is the pink colouring on Claude's text messing with anybody else's eyes? Oh, that is weird. Claude's heart truly ached at the sight. But life's not fair. You have performed your mission admirably. But Claude's pretty lost here. So you sent Sagara to learn about humanity, to one day control them in the fight against the Ebon Fleet. Then why the flipping space whale did Sagara shoot everyone dead at the peace ceremony? We initially sent C8 to keep watch on the then Ryuvian princess. It was your words which foretold of that girl's eventual final awakening. An awakening so powerful it will shake the galaxy and bring forth the return of the Holy Empire. It was merely happenstance that her path crossed with Shields. From there we sought to understand him, so that we could eventually control him. But my sister hid her true intent from me. While I mustered the prototypes, and she mustered Pact, she was secretly sabotaging my efforts. She hid the true extent of her hatred for humanity from me, and instead attempted to bring about the complete destruction of the human race. And at the pivotal moment, she assumed control of C8 through the Mind Stream, and brought my plan to ruin. Ah, so you just wanted to enslave humanity, while your sister wanted to destroy it. Now my sister and C8 inside the Mind Stream, they battle for control of the other prototypes. But what will emerge from that battle will not be either of them. A new shadow falls upon us. The Mind Stream is becoming corrupted. C8 shall return, but not as before. Quite a shocking development. But next time, please be more gentle with your extractions. A frail girl like Claude can't just stand to be blown up so many times. Looky here, Claude's got to clean up this temporal disaster. An entire fleet blown from its timeline and just dropped into this one. When people and things start moving willy-nilly through time, the events get moved around all out of order. It's a matter of, well, time until something really bad happens to the entire universe. I thought you prototypes could take care of it, but I guess this is the end of the line now. Honestly, I don't care one way or another about a boring thing like you prototypes. I think I'd rather take my chances with the other team now. And this time, Claude will definitely win his heart. There won't be no little C8 unit to interfere with me anymore. Shields is dead. That man won't die so easily. You will use your powers to change the timeline? No. Oh, were you listening? I told you, moving events out of order can cause huge headaches. Things stop making sense, and huge gaping plot holes get opened. And you know, when a plot hole opens up in the space-time continuum, the entire universe just kind of goes poof. It's the exact same scenario I'm trying to prevent here. No, Shields lives without my intervention. The Mind Stream. She has already begun to. On that note, why didn't you just join up with us too? There's always room on the team for a gothic Lolita. I decline. Oh well, less competition for me. You're welcome to stay here and do prototype things. My goal will not change. I will control humanity, regardless of my sister's machinations. We'll see about that, huh? Not if anything to say about it. Well then, see ya! A pop and a flash momentarily dazzled Alpha as Claude vanished into slipspace. Finally, dead silence returned to the grand cloning chamber, and Alpha stood alone. My sister, what have you done? Captain? Are you alright? It's me, Sagara. Shields groggily opened his eyes. Was he dead? Kato? Yes. He really had to be dead. After all, there was no other way that she would be. Sagara! Oi. What are you doing? Shields came to. He felt like the world had collapsed on top of his head. Where was he? The Deck 1 reserve life pod. So he survived after all. Shields pulled himself up against the seat. Why did you save me? I was as good as dead on the floor of the bridge. You could have just used the life pod to escape by yourself. Why indeed? You guys have been trying to kill me for the better part of the war, and now you threw away your big chance to get what you want. Something must have happened. The old voices fade away, replaced by a new voice. She must be talking about the prototype's hive mind. Could the death of that prototype leader somehow change their psyche? Or could it be... Don't misunderstand, I'm not like that pretty C8 model which we sent to worm into your heart. I didn't save you because of any desire on my part. Us L7s were made to carry out the will of our leader in combat. Our bodies are identical to the first prototype, the ones humans came to call Venisar Arcadius. But even she was but a stepping stone to Alpha, the crowning achievement of Diode. And in the end, we are all called prototypes, because we are earlier failed incarnations of Alpha. We constantly hear their voices. They whisper to us, send us instructions, even when we sleep. That must mean the lesser clones are essentially slaves. Of course, I saw that firsthand when they hive-controlled Sagara. Then, could something have happened to Free Lin? Well, Sagara is obviously one of them, so, you know. Idiot. The voices will never stop. But there is now a new voice. We are evolving at a pace millions of times faster than you humans. But as to where we are heading... I felt a premonition, a sudden, inexplicable urge to go down to the bridge and to rescue you. For a short moment I lost control of my body and had another assumed control. I found you floating unconscious in the bridge, all life support systems on board quickly failing. I had but seconds to carry you into a life pod and escape, but fortune was on your side as a single life pod remained unused on Deck 1. I was able to carry you to it in time. Such episodes where we lose control of our bodies are not uncommon for us prototypes, but this time... to think we would be hijacked by a rogue. That can only mean... She's still... It doesn't make any sense. The C8 unit was under our control, sent by us to control you. Sagara. We sought to understand you, to learn what motivated you, so we could use that knowledge to control you. But for her to break free of the leader's will, she has become an aberration. She must be telling the truth now. That means Sagara really was the entire time. The beeping of the pod's console interrupted Shield's thoughts, and his senses snapped back to him. What had happened to the battle? And his crew? He painfully picked himself up and limped to the pod's console. The Alliance forces are falling back. My gambit worked. Ramming the Sunrider into the Machiavelli Actual and destroying the Tactical Paradox Core took away the Alliance's trump card. With Grey and the entire chain of command massacred at the ceremony, the flagship destroyed, the secret weapon lost, they had no choice but to retreat. But all that seems moot, since I'm about to get captured by the Pact fleet. When Fontana pissed off, you can bet he'll just stand me up in front of the first wall he can find and shoot me. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, huh? That's not even the worst of my problems. What happened to Akari and Kriska and the crew? Shields gripped the console and scanned for friendly signals. Shit! Kari, Kriska, Ava, anyone. A Saga! Hey! I'm gonna break off and go to Sector 947131. What? But we've just finished tying up all the life pods. Pact's gonna be on top of us in seconds. We gotta... It's important! What are you... Kari's jaw dropped as the blackjack jetted away. Oh, fud. Soldier boy, take the blackjack share of the pods. We've got to get out of here. Understood. Shields wiped the sweat from his brow as a sea of red dots filled the pod's scanner readout. A massive wave of packed ships was heading his way. He desperately put in scanning frequency after frequency, his fingers trembling. No response from any frequency. Could that mean that everyone had already been captured? Or worse, wiped out? No. I have to keep those thoughts from my head. I'm still... I said I was going to save everyone. They can't all be... The comm crackled to life. This is the black... Is that... Channel? Shields pounded the transmit button. This is Captain Kyoto Shields. Is that you, Asaga? Captain! I knew it! I knew you were still alive! I'm about to receive a real red welcoming party here. Can you get me out of here? Aye aye, Captain! Just hang on to something tight! What the... The captain thunked as the blackjack shot a magnetic tow cable at the pod while performing a close flyby. Shields all of a sudden realised what Asaga meant and strapped himself into his seat. Lynn was less fortunate and was tossed to the rear of the pod as it suddenly lurched forward along with the blackjack. Fool! Hitting afterburners! Let's outrun these guys before they can get shots off at us! The blackjack finally detached the bridge escape pod from its tow cable. Alright, Captain, we're here! A small cargo transport was awaiting them. The Sunrider's riders clamped onto the transport and made the preparations for warp. The escape pod's gate hissed as the pod docked with the transport's airlock, and the gate rolled open. Shields emerged. Captain! Asaga lunged at him and gave him the lost embrace that she had decided to do for so long. I can't believe I just found you like that. I knew you just couldn't have died. I just knew. Shields managed to grit a smile. Almost died, but not quite. Captain! I'll never stop protecting you again. I'll never give you up. I let this happen. I should never have left. No, Asaga. None of what happened was your fault. I'm sorry. Sagara really was a prototype. I can't believe it. She betrayed you. She betrayed everyone. After all that, I can't. No, she didn't. The other prototype. She used the neural link to control Sagara. In the end, the prototypes are to blame for everything. Stop it, Captain! Sagara hurt you! After playing with your feelings like that, to turn on you and kill everyone! She should rot in hell! No matter what happens, I'll never forgive her! Shit. You moron! I really thought you bit the bullet there. Don't doing that to me. How the hell am I supposed to just watch you die? Don't you know there are people who care about you? What are we supposed to do if you're not here anymore? You idiot! 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 Trying to be the hero when you're just an idiot. Don't be the hero. I just want you to be an idiot from now on. Ugh. Yes, it was a grim moment. I thought all was lost, that the Sunrider had perished, that we had returned too late. Even though I have witnessed the atrocities of my era, none of the sorrows of my past compared to the weight of knowing that you were truly gone. Thanks to you, I feel more at home 2,000 years from my own timeline, here alongside all of you, than I ever did amongst the Revians. You showed me that I was not a pawn to be sacrificed, that men are not all vile monsters who merely seek the greed of their hearts. I am relieved that the captain who gave me a home still lives. Captain, while staying aboard the Sunrider during the evacuation procedure was the right decision under military protocol, I'm glad things turned out this way. The crew still needs you. The mission is still far from over. Pact still retains control of Sarah, and the massacre of most of the Alliance military leadership will no doubt return the war to their favour. No doubt countless more battles await before you can return to a liberated Sarah. A leader must not throw away his life so easily. You still have many things left to accomplish. Everyone. I'm sorry to worry about you all, but I had to stay on board the ship. I still hear echoes of Ava's voice that day. Captain, your order. And the words which came out of my mouth still. When I gave the order to abandon Sarah to the Pact fleet on the day of the invasion. When I let my sister die before my very eyes. I fled like a coward, unable to look at a killer in the eye. Since then her ghost has haunted me every night. And this time I saw it happen all over again. Just when I thought we'd won. Just when I believed that everything was over. When I thought I could finally go back home. Put everyone's ghosts to rest. When I thought I could rebuild the family I'd lost. Everything was snatched away. In but a second. Everything we'd worked for. Sagara killed. Just like my sister. Our hard-won peace completely shattered at my feet. That's when I knew. This time, I could not order the Sunrider to fall back. No matter the impossible odds, the strength of the enemy, this time, I had to stand my ground. Stare at death's maw with both eyes open, and welcome its embrace. And only then could I be judged worthy of having done my duty. To my world, my family, my ship. Oh, stop it. Trying to sound all cool. What good would it have been able to do the dead? Sorry. I'm back, everyone. I'm still alive. Captain! Oh. Sir. Captain. Well, Captain, I see that you are still as energetic as ever, even after completely destroying the ship. Yeah. Commander? I am not joking, Captain. There was still a solid stack of paperwork yet to be completed on board that ship when it went down. Do not believe for a second that this gets you off the hook for the work you owe me. Understood. I'll do my best to make amends, sir. Yes. I certainly sympathise with your position, Captain. Shields finally realised that a saga was still clinging to him, and decided to detach himself, lest the mood become even more awkward. Alright everyone, break it up. Show's over, get back to work. We still have a lot of work to do. Ava shooed the pilots and the rest of the surviving crew away to the best of her ability. What's the situation? Following the destruction of the Machiavelli Actual and the consequent loss of the Tactical Paradox Corps, the Alliance made a hasty retreat out of Sarah before the Pact fleet could organise an offensive. The Alliance fleet now holds position at the nearby neutral rim world of Baronia, no doubt preparing a counterattack. Meanwhile, Pact has responded by consolidating all their forces at Sarah. The two sides now stare each other down, waiting for an opportunity to strike. We managed to use the chaos during the retreat to squeeze everyone into 8 life pods and tow them to safety using our rider squad. But as you can see, the situation is dire. It appears we are once again back to square one, as Pact still retains control of our homeworld. Even worse, we are now without a ship. For now, both the Alliance and Pact believe you are dead, and given our position, I would rather they keep that assumption. I have managed to arrange safe passage aboard this cargo runner to Tirada, where we'll go into hiding. In the meantime, I intend to head to Ryuvia Prime with our Queen and see what military assets I can acquire. Me? Yes, that would be you. But I thought we were all going to stay together. Our first priority is keeping the captain from being discovered until we get a new ship, and with Pact now consolidating their forces at Sarah, Ryuvia Prime has never been more open. I have heard interesting things about Ruvia's moon from Alliance Intel. Pray tell that you don't know anything about yourself. Look, that artificial moon's just folklore people spread to remind themselves how great we used to be. People say all sorts of things, like the moon's actually an enormous battle station with the firepower to destroy a planet, or that it's a portal to another dimension, but look, my dad told me himself the moon's completely useless. Just another derelict piece of lost technology which doesn't do anything. If it actually had any use, we would have already used it to defend ourselves, right? Ryuvia used to be powerful, and hundreds of years ago we had ships as powerful as the Sunrider. Well then, why was Venusaur Arcadius so intent on conquering Ruvia Prime. During his operation, the Arcadius, or rather prototypes, funneled trillions of credits into excavating on that moon. That moon holds something, and I intend to discover what it is. Well, I guess it's a lead, even though it's kind of a long shot. While we are investigating Ruvia's moon, one of us should remain with the captain to guard him. Someone with personal combat experience. Has to be either Kriska or Akari. Then I volunteer to remain with the captain on Tirada. Sola? I should not ever have left him. My aim will not falter in his defense ever again. But I will be coming with me to Ruvia Prime. You can help the captain by preparing a replacement vessel for him. Besides, what good would you be in a fight? Seriously. Oh, Sola, not you too.